Hello everyone, his dad, fresh out of the drunk tank again, got home and started screaming at his mum, calling her a whore and worse. "You're not worth the bullet to shoot you with," he raged, while his 7-year-old boy quaked. The boy, Russ Taff, grabbed his younger brother, and the two crawled under their bunk bed and huddled against the wall, hoping to God their raging father wouldn't explode into their room. "It was like there was a wild animal in there," Taff said. "I didn't know what he would do. That guy I was terrified of." When he was sober, Taff's father was a hellfire and brimstone preacher of a tiny Pentecostal church in a small farming community in California, and doing whatever he could to hide his rampant alcoholism and anger from his congregation. Taff, 64, would grow up knowing what it's like to hide his drinking from the faith community, but for a much larger congregation. Taff became a Grammy award-winning contemporary Christian music star, often touring and recording with the genre's biggest names, including Amy Grant, Michael W. Smith, and the Gaithers. Today, he's telling his secrets in a big way. The documentary Russ Taff, I Still Believe will be released in theatres for one day nationwide October. The film deals with childhood abuse, alcoholism, depression, suicidal thoughts, family abandonment, and showing up drunk for a major Christian TV show taping. It's also a story of hope, redemption, and healing. But it took decades for Taff to get to that place. For a long time, he used alcohol to numb the pain of his childhood trauma. His parents, who called each other Brother Joe and Sister Ann, worked hard. His dad built farm machinery, and his mum picked fruit and chopped cotton in Farmersville, California, in the fertile San Joaquin Valley. Brother Joe Taff and some friends turned an old laundromat into the Eastside Tabernacle Church, which boasted about 25 members, with many related to the Taff family. He had a dangling over the fiery pits of hell by a thread message, always stridently pushing congregants to do better, urging fasting and praying, often begging a judging God for forgiveness. No grace, just burning in hell if you weren't straight with the Lord. It was nearly overwhelming for Russ Taff when he was a boy. They were wild, shouting and dancing and rolling on the floor and speaking in tongues, and daddy preaching, he said. "What I found out later, as long as they can go to the church and shout, they could get it out. And they'd come home and be okay." For a while. He was 7 when he first saw his dad drunk. He didn't show for Sunday service, so Taff's mum sent the boy home, where he discovered his dad drunkenly singing and slurring. "My whole world came crashing down because he was doing something he preached so hard against," Taff said. "My first years were spent trying to figure it out." His mother railed against his father, but sometimes, especially after coming home from jail, Brother Joe would go on the offensive and start screaming at his wife first. Russ Taff's job often was to go look for his dad during benders, when his dad disappeared for 3 days at a time. The boy often found his dad in fields when it was off-season because it was quiet and there wasn't a lot of traffic. As angry as his mother got about the drinking, she insisted any family dysfunction stay inside the house. Thanks for watching.